Hi, this is Jill from Humu Yoga, and this is the gentle chair yoga practice. This week, we're working with the theme of positivity. So I'm going to take us through a quiet centering, and then I'll go through some inspirational quotes on positivity, and then I'll weave the theme into our practice today, where we're going to focus on side body and twisting and the hips. So if this is something you really like, please subscribe, because I do a different class every week with a different theme and a different focus. So just take a moment, we'll get started, to notice how you're sitting. Can you take a moment to connect to the muscles that you're sitting on or pelvic floor and just engage them? We call that Mula Bandha, or root lock. And then above that, below the belly button, draw the belly in and get a sense of flying upward. It's called Uddiyana Bandha, and it means flying upward. At the top of the spine, draw the chin down. We call that Jalandhara Bandha, or chin lock. And what that does is it seals in the energy of the bandhas. And now with the bandhas, or your inner locks, engaged, you're supported from inside, so you can just release the hands and just take a moment and close the eyes and start to focus on how you're breathing. And I want you to breathe into the rib cage and feel it fully expand. And then as you exhale, feel how the rib cage relaxes. Inhale, rib cage expands. Exhale, rib cage relaxes. And one more, big breath in and exhale. And take the hands together at heart center, and we'll vibrate together with the mantra Om, and then I'll go through the quotes. Inhale. Om. With the new day comes new strength and new thoughts. Energy flows where attention goes. Turn your face to the sun, and the shadows fall behind you. Let go of what weighs you down so you can rise. Positivity is a choice. The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. Positivity. You know, when the body feels good, it's pretty easy to feel positive and open about things in life. And that positivity just is like a magnet, and you begin to spread it and attract it. So let's start making the body feel real good so we can get into that. And we'll do that by first sitting up really tall again, and then take a moment and notice, what does it feel like to curl your spine back for a moment, pull the belly in for support, and then inhale, lift up again. And then stay lifted. And from here, we're going to reach the arms way up. And so let's go ahead and with your right hand, just pull. It's like I'm pulling that left shoulder up. I'm elevating it, but then I'm rolling it away from my ear. So I pull up and I roll the left shoulder blade away from the ear and just get as much length as I can here. Breathing, just noticing this long stretch. And then let's do the other side. So with the left hand, pull that right shoulder up. You're elevating it, and then pull it, open it away from your ear. Just really feel that opening. And then now reach both arms. See if you can really feel that. And then reach out. And then let's do it again with breath. Inhale, reach up. And imagine you were pulling your arms up, but opening them out, and then reach out. And one more like that. Inhale, reach up. And then from here, we're going to take a side bend. So lift up and then bend to the right side. So now these muscles in the right side are contracting, and the muscles on the left side are really reaching. So you're working your obliques on this side and stretching on that side. And then inhale, rise up. Inhale, lift up, side bend. And just notice that contraction on the left side, the length on the right side as you reach, and then rise up. Let's do that again. Lift up, side bend to the right. This time, let's take the right hand down, and you're going to bend that elbow and kind of pull into it. So you use these muscles on the right side to pull yourself deeper into the stretch. Just go where it feels good, but feel this long line. That's your side body. Pull. And then let's take the head down for a moment. Just gazing down. If you want to get a stretch to your neck, you might want to drop your chin. Feel how that feels. And then release that, maybe gently turning straight ahead. Maybe you want to take your gaze up and breathe. I'm gazing down the nose, but up at the same time. And then rise up. Let's go to the other side. So reach both arms up. Get the lift of the shoulders, but they're rolling away from your ears. And then a side bend. And we're going to take this left hand and pull. So I'm feeling a contraction in the left side, but lots of length in this right side. I'm reaching. And I'm rolling this left shoulder away from my ear. Then I'm taking the gaze down. And then I'm going to drop my chin for a gentle stretch in the back of the neck. And then take the head back. And then turn straight ahead. And then maybe you want to take your gaze up and reach and reach and reach and reach. And then rise up. And then from here, let's go ahead and turn to the right. We're going to come into a lunge. So let's reach the left leg back. And I'm sitting on my right hip. Now let's start by bending the back knee a little bit so we get a big stretch in the hip flexors, the front of the hip that gets really tight from a lot of sitting. And then we're going to go ahead and engage this muscle as we straighten the leg. Just feel that. You should be feeling a nice stretch right along here. Now we're going to add some arms. So let's go ahead and just reach the left arm up again so it can elevate and roll open, right? Lift up, and then let's take a side bend to the right and feel this long line of energy, right? A nice stretch. And then from here, we'll rise up and now lift up to go back. Maybe you want to take both arms, reach up and back, opening, lifting, opening, and then rise up. And from here, let's see if we can come into warrior two. So maybe you don't have to use your hands, but maybe you want to. That's up to you. And then opening out. So you feel the front leg open, right? And just be here for a moment. Breathe. And then from here, we're going to take it into Utthita Parshvakonasana, which means extended side angle. So it's a nice side body stretch. So let's go ahead and take your right forearm to your front thigh and start to open. Maybe you can take your hand down if that feels good. And then from here, we're going to reach this arm. You could elevate the shoulder and roll it away from your ear. Maybe you want to take the gaze a little up, down the nose and up. And I'm feeling this beautiful line here. And then inhale, rise up. Let's do the other side. So turning the feet. We'll start with the lunge. So start with the back knee bent. You're on your left hip. And then from here, focus on engaging these muscles here as you straighten your leg. So you should feel a nice stretch on the hip flexors. And then from here, we're going to add the arms. So reach your right arm up, elevate, and then externally rotate. You're rotating it away from your ear. And then take a nice side stretch. And feel that line. It's really good. Feels really nice. And breathe. And then rise up. Let's take it to the back bend. So maybe you want to take both arms, lift up, and then go back. Notice how a long side body helps you in a back bend. Lift up to go back. And then inhale, rise up. We're going to take it to warrior two. You could use your hands if you needed to, but maybe you don't need to. And stay here. And now we're going to do Utthita Parshvakonasana on the other side, extended side angle. So we start to come into the pose. We lean forward a little bit, reach up. And then maybe your hand can come down. Elevate your shoulder, but roll it away from your ear as you start to turn those left ribs. Maybe your gaze is up, maybe it's straight ahead, whatever feels better in your body. And then inhale, rise up. And then we'll come into goddess pose. So you can turn out here. And from here, we're just going to lean forward and try to open the knees. And just take it where it feels good in your body. Lengthen your spine. Lengthen your spine. So I'm opening my knees and I'm trying to get really long here. And rise up. And I'm feeling external rotation, a stretch in the hips. We're going to do that again. So come down. And then from here, keep your right hand where it is. You could even be up a little higher. And we're just going to take a turn, a twist to the left. So I'm using the leverage of this left arm to turn my right ribs to the left. And breathe. And then inhale here. Rise up. And we'll go to the other side. So coming down, turning to the left, to the right. Reach the right arm up. And I'm using the leverage on this left arm to turn the left ribs to the right. And you could go down as much as feels good in your body, or you could be up a little higher. And then come back and come up. And from here, let's just do a squat. I always like to do a squat here and there. So think about sending your butt back as you rise up. So you're leaning forward, pressing through your heels, and rise up. And when you rise up, rise all the way up, straighten your legs, and then come down. And we'll do that again. Press through the heels, the butt goes back, and then it comes all the way up. So we get the stretch in the hip flexors at the top. And then make your way down. And from here, let's do figure 4. It's a nice glute stretch. So let your right leg come up, open the knee out, and sit up as tall as you can. Maybe you can come forward with this, right? Just do what feels good in your body. Or if you're here, that's okay. Just work on opening this knee. Open the knee and sit up. And then from here, let's come into a tightly crossed position. So you want to get your upper thighs really crossed at the top and sit up. And just take a moment and sit up. And now we're going to take it to a twist. So we're going to turn to the right. And I'm taking my left hand on my right, above my right knee, and I'm sitting up and turn to the right. Turn those left ribs. And I'm using the leverage of the chair on this right hand to get into my back muscles and lift up to turn the left ribs to the right. And then I come back and we'll slowly come into the other side. So bend the left leg, pulling up and then across, and take a moment to sit up, trying to open this knee out. Some of you are going to come forward, whatever feels good in your body, right? You have to play with that. And rise up. It should be positive. And then you cross over, really cross deeply, and sit up for a moment. Sit up and notice that. And then we're going to turn for the twist. So you could use your right hand and your right knee to draw it this way to the right as you turn your right ribs to the left. Lift up, move with breath. Inhale, exhale, turn, turn. Turn. Every breath brings you around. Feel that exhalation bring you around. The inhalation fills you up. And then come back to the center. And then from here, let's come into a nice back bend and we'll finish with a beautiful forward bend. So let the shoulders draw down for a moment, back and wide, and lift up. Lift up. Maybe you want to reach the arms. Lift up. Breathe. And slowly coming down through heart center. And then send your legs forward. We'll come into a forward fold. Come right to the edge of your chair and lengthen the low back. So really feel like you're kind of sticking that butt out as you come forward. And when you get to where you want to be, just stay there and drop the head. Breathing, releasing. And then inhale, lengthen. And rise up. And I always like this time of class when you come back to where we started and just take a moment and notice where you are in your body now at the end of practice. Are you a little bit more open, a little bit more available, and maybe a little bit more positive? And let that resonate in everything you do. Namaste.